Yes, welcome back to KEMPIRE Radio, KIF Thank Kemp. It's Friday. That, of course, was our birthday. Shout out to Toya Banks with Brandy's put that on everything. As I mentioned to you guys before, we celebrate artists here on KEMPIRE Radio from unsigned to signed artists. And tonight, we are excited to welcome just a guy I feel he's freaking dope. I mean, a great live singer, but really talented songwriter as well. Please welcome to KEMPIRE Radio for the very first time, Jaicko.
What's up, man? I love the excitement.
Energy. It is Friday. Jaicko, first of all, welcome to TKIF Thank Kemp. It's Friday here on KEMPIRE Radio for the first time. What's going on?
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure. This is a pleasure.
Jaicko, first of all, your mixtape is dope. Dope.
Word.
Gentlemen Don't Survive. Okay, last week I was making fun of you because I was like, what do you mean gentlemen don't survive? I think I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to survive.
Yeah, but well, I'm pretty sure you understand, in order to, survive in the world as it gets more aggressive, you kind of got to be aggressive, and,
Yep.
it's just, the term gentlemen don't survive is really just, a statement, it's an expression of me, coming out of a shell, being more aggressive, and taking a more aggressive approach to life, You got to be aggressive to make things happen.
So, describe the sound of, you called this mixtape Gentlemen Don't Survive. How would you describe the songs on there?
I think the songs, for the most part, definitely speak to a female audience. Definitely. Some guys can listen to it and get some inspiration on how to operate with a woman. But I'm a young male, and I like to speak from the heart, and also the mixtape definitely has something that everyone can listen to. A lot of motivational tracks up there. A lot of songs that speak about my experiences. Different challenges in life, and it's just like a compilation of my creative process, and me just putting some feelers out there for the world of what's to come.
Most definitely. Jaicko, for those that are not that familiar with you, I mean, first you were signed to Capitol, and now you're with Alpine Music Group. What happened in between being with Capitol and now?
Right. Well, I could definitely say there's been a lot of growth, man. There's been a lot of, there's been a lot of learning, and every day, you learn something new about the music industry, about yourself, and it's just been it's actually been really great. A lot of people will look at it as, oh, you signed to a major, and then, but like I said, it's all been, one big learning curve, and, I think at the end of it all, I'll end up being, more wise and, more successful than I've ever been.
Well, what was it like, because you're coming all the way from Barbados, right? So people can hear a little bit of the accent.
Yeah, man.
Coming all the way from Barbados, you got signed to this major label, and you experienced and toured with so many different artists. What did you learn then, and how have you used what you've learned then for now?
Well, just like in school, real life, they give it to you in stages. First you learn, and I think, like I said, the whole thing has been a learning, experience. Like I remember when I first started, going on the road. I mean, the biggest thing was learning how to get up early in the morning, and adjusting to the fast pace, and every day a different city. That was definitely a new experience, and now. I'm able to, I spend a lot of time in the studio, I'm spending a lot of time around different producers and songwriters, just learning, Pro Tools and how to better my music and my craft. So, it's one big learning experience, man.
So you're very much a part of the creative process and creating your songs.
Yes.
So, we have the mixtape. If you guys just tuned to TKIF, I'm here with Jaicko for the very first time. Jaicko, you're not calling us all the way from Barbados, are you?
I am.
Oh, wow. What's the weather like out there?
Man, it's always as ever. Even at night, it's sunny, man.
Oh, damn.
Even in the nighttime, it's sunny in Barbados.
There are going to be comparisons because you're coming from Barbados to Rihanna and all of that. Do people compare you and your music to Rihanna?
Well, it'll be natural for anyone to make comparisons, because we're from the same place. I think the most thing we have in common is that um, I think we obviously share the same accent.
Yeah.
And, actually it's crazy because we have a similar situation in the fact that her mom was born and raised in Guyana as well as my dad.
Oh,
So,
cool.
and we're similar in a lot of ways. I think, we could both relate to the same cultures and everything, even on the Guyanese side. But, we also have similar influences, being from the same place. I know Rihanna to be someone that listens to a lot of reggae music, and, every time she gets a chance to come home and take in some local music, and that's what makes us, people from Barbados, and that's what makes us stand out in the music that we put out. There's always that element from the Caribbean, and that's definitely something that we carry really strongly.
Have you guys ever connected in person, and do you guys start talking in your?
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. We have a couple times. I'm not a really close affiliate with her, but every time we see each other, it's like, hey, what's up? And I remember one time,
Do you guys go stop
she actually gave me some advice and stuff. Yeah, she lent some advice and how to keep moving forward, and it was encouraging, because
Yeah.
she did. She was one of the people that put Barbados on the map, and I was honored to be able to hear some words of inspiration coming from her.
Because you're calling all the way from Barbados, and my family's from Jamaica, and then we all have different words that we use in the islands that represent our
Yeah.
island. Is there a word you can teach us that
Um.
my people probably probably wouldn't know
Oh
about?
man. Well, actually, me and my friends now we use a word called turbo.
Oh,
We
what's that?
said terrible, but it actually means terrible, like
Oh,
bad. But like like how you describe anything that's really good,
yeah.
you make it really bad. So like instead
Uh,
of saying that's bad, we say terrible. That is terrible.
oh, that's dope. That's dope. So, do you spend a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
do you spend a lot of your time in Barbados, or are you just back and forth a lot?
I'm back and forth a lot, but at the moment right now I've been home. I've been in the camp, in the studio, just working and positioning my next move. But soon enough I'll be out of here, and then the grind continues.
Do you find that you're more creative or at peace in Barbados than maybe here in the States?
Actually, I find that I'm more creative in the States just for the simple fact that there's always distractions home. There's always friends and family, and it's home. So who finds the time to work at home? You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
I especially Barbados being a place that's so laid back, and everywhere you turn there's the sun and there's the beach. All you want to do is relax. So I definitely find it a little bit more difficult to work from home, but I get around and I make it happen.
What was it like? If you guys just tuned in, I'm here with Jaicko for the very first time here on KEMPIRE Radio. What was it like, being signed to Capitol and then going back home after, you really making a name for yourself,
Oh
for the
man.
very first time? What was that like? Was it really just like massiveness? Everyone was just like, Jaicko, Jaicko.
Yeah, yeah. Well, ever since I was a kid, man, ever since I was about like 9 years old, through the likes of my dad. I don't know if you would have known, but like my dad had one of the most popular nightclub bands in Barbados. So,
Wow.
through that, I always, made it by my business to, put out music in Barbados. And, even before I got my deal,
Wow.
there was always that level of respect that, people gave me, and people always showed me love. I would always be doing shows and stuff like that in Barbados to build a buzz, in my hometown. That was kind
Yeah.
of like my thing. And
Yeah.
then after, when I got signed, it was like, yay, he finally got his big break. And, they showed me a lot of love. Barbados is like my home, man. Everywhere I go, people show me love and, show me support. And, I remember when I came home the day when I got signed, I came home and my brother was outside with a big sign at the airport, congratulations. I had
Wow.
tons of fans and, the
Wow.
press was outside. And it was just a great feeling, knowing that, you have that support from home.
Most definitely. And how do because you're from Barbados, how has growing up in Barbados and that music scene influence what you do now?
Well, the way I see it, and the way you can see it, I feel like I'm blessed, and I feel like I'm very privileged to be able to come from Barbados, because if you look now in music, everyone's taking elements from us being the Caribbean,
Hmm.
and everybody else could try, but it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Certain people in the music industry, like you would know Nicki Minaj has roots in Barbados, and I mean not Barbados, but Trinidad, and there's always that element in the Caribbean that I find makes something special, and being able to apply that to music, and just the influence from reggae and dancehall and soca, it always makes for more interesting music, and it comes more naturally than people think. Like I don't even think about it.
It's
just
part of who you are.
like exactly.
So, Jaicko, we got a chance to listen to the mixtape, or at least I did. We were telling everyone to make sure they download it. Gentlemen Don't Survive. But what's coming?
Please.
What comes? First of all, shout out to you and Alpine Music for releasing free music. That's just
Right.
really, really great music. But what's coming after the mixtape?
Well, I mean, right now I'm working on a couple tours. Working on doing a couple shows, of course, to promote the mixtape. And, this was the mixtape was kind of like a feeler for me, just kind of test the waters in terms of a new sound. Ever since Capitol, I had, it was more of a poppy and a more commercial sound. I feel like, with Gentlemen Don't Survive, I kind of stepped out of the box a little bit and kind of, took some time to do my own thing. So the mixtape for me was just like an initiative to, go ahead and see what my fans were saying, because I had been able to create a pretty nice fan base on my own, especially with Capitol as well.
Yeah.
And I wanted a chance for them to hear what I was working on, and, the feedback has been amazing. And now, I'm just looking to get on the road, and, the album, I look out for the album for sure, definitely put that into the works, in a couple of months, and, get it going,
Okay. But anytime we have singers come here on the show, we ask them to sing a little something. And I've actually seen some of your YouTube videos, and I'm just like, wow, this kid can sing. So I'm always excited when people really can sing, because I love voices. And you sang a Frank Ocean song. What was it? We All Try. And I was like, wow, this kid really got it. First of all.
Oh, man, thank you, man.
Because
Appreciate it.
Because not everyone can do what you did with that song. So you don't have to sing that, but can you sing something for us?
Oh, for sure, man. I'm gonna sing a little piece from a song off my mixtape.
Okay.
The song's called "Again with You."
Yes.
You familiar with that one?
I've been listening to the mixtape for what? When did Anthony send it to me? It's been like over a month. So I've been listening.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been on it, man.
Yeah, I've been on it. I'm always on it.
So let's give him a little piece of "Again with You."
All right.
Check it. How did we break up? Why did you make up? Why did you you took my everything, and I hope that I'm dreaming. Wake up, wake up, so I'm back again with you, girl. Hey, back again with you, girl. Hey, back again with you.
Dope. Jaicko here on KEMPIRE Radio's TKIF, singing live over the phone, all the way from Barbados. That's dope.
Yes.
So, Jaicko, we talked a little bit about the music and things like that, but people want to know, like, what does Jaicko do for fun? Like, when you're in Barbados, what are you doing besides, being in the studio and doing all that good stuff? What do you do for fun? What does the guy Jaicko do?
Well, I mean, to be quite honest with you, man, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, I've been just straight in the studio. I haven't been having any fun at all. And right now, Barbados is the prime time, summer. We have our big festival, our big crop over festival, where I should be partying. But I spend most of my time in the studio. But if I'm not doing that, sometimes I like to go out and hang out with my friends, and sometimes we just like to kick back. I go to the beach, anything that any 20-year-old would want to do at this point. Check some girls, just have fun in the sun, and live life. But like I said, right now I'm spending most of my time in the studio, just working, trying to stay in work mode. But, I also love to have fun.
Yeah. Coming from Barbados, I mean, a beautiful island, in your travels, did you have a favorite place that you visited that wasn't Barbados?
My favorite place that I've visited so far, I would have to say, was Japan.
Wow.
Definitely. Japan. Just the difference in culture. I had never experienced like such a culture shock in my life. You know, the language barrier. You know, it was just real different. You know, walking through the streets of, you know, Shibuya. You know, being in Tokyo, and you know that's something like, you know, someone like me would only see on TV, and you know, wish they could go to when I actually got a chance to be there. And that was definitely like a surreal moment. You know, when I describe the world and, you know, describe me wanting to travel the world, you know, Japan is definitely a place, or Asia on the whole is definitely somewhere that stands out. So I was definitely really captivated by that.
You know, Jaicko, we love to play this game with our guests of the night, and it's called Finish This Sentence. And I just want you to just, whatever comes to mind is what you should say.
All right.
No censoring yourself.
Okay.
Life is.
Amazing.
The world needs.
Love.
I believe in.
I believe in God.
Love is.
Love is much more to life than just words.
R&B music must.
R&B music and love.
No, R&B music must.
Oh, R&B music must. R&B music must consist of someone that can really sing.
I want to thank.
KEMPIRE Radio.
That's right. The person I most want to be proud of me is.
Probably my parents, man, for sure.
I'm ready to forgive.
I'm ready to forgive and forget.
I want my legacy to be.
I want my legacy to be great, man.
Jaicko here on KEMPIRE Radio. Before we let you go, Jaicko, we love to ask our guests our question of the night. You know, we always have a question of the night here on TKIF, and our question of the night has to do with I was going to say Jaicko. No, it has to do with Frank. It has to do with Frank Ocean. You know, we've been talking about Frank Ocean since last week. You know, with all the controversy behind his, you know, quote unquote coming out blog.
Right.
But you know, his album was released this past week, and it's set to be the #1 album, selling over 100,000 copies on iTunes alone. And you know, the question that we asked, you know, why do you think Frank Ocean was able to sell that much without doing the typical promo that artists usually do? You know, the different radio and TV interviews and that kind of thing. Why do you think that he was able to do that?
Well, you know, I personally believe that the world loves drama and the world loves controversy. So anything that, you know, involves controversy or drama, I think people, you know, buy into. That's just how, you know, the world has been over the past couple of years. You know, as you see in media, you know, anytime someone does something, there's always this attention. But, you know, in terms of his motives, in terms of, you know, coming out, you know, who knows? But, you know, I definitely have to say that, you know, I'm cool with whatever, man. You know, I stand my way, you stand your way. It's cool. I'm a big fan of Frank Ocean's music. You know, personally, I love his music, and you know, what a man decides to do in his personal time is his own business, you know?
Most definitely.
Yeah, man, for sure.
You know, you just mentioned that you're a big fan of his work. Who are some influences of Jaicko? Who do you listen to? Who inspires you?
Well, I definitely have to say it now that we're on the topic, Frank Ocean. Lately I've been, you know, even before the whole controversy, I've always been a huge fan of Frank Ocean. Like, you know, musically, you know, I spent a lot of time, you know, dissecting, you know, his melodies and, you know, where he's coming from. You know, I love Pharrell. You know, Pharrell has always been one of my, you know, major influences. You know, me being a producer as well as a songwriter. You know, I love the way he composes his music. You know, people like Timbaland. And then, you know, I also have influences, you know, people like, you know, Michael Jackson, of course, and, you know, the Ushers, and, you know, then musically I could turn to, you know, people like Sean Paul and Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and Barrett Hammond and, you know, Everton Blender, you know. So, you know, I tend to keep it, you know, versatile and pull inspiration and influence from all types of people. You know, Barack Obama.
All right.
You know what I mean? Being the first black president, you know, letting us know as black people that we could achieve anything. You know, that's definitely very influential. You know what I mean?
Jaicko, you have to come back here on the show when the new album comes out or whatever it's coming out.
Man, anytime, Drad. You know, not even when the album comes out. If you just want to talk, man, let's get it going. You know?
That's what I'm talking about.
Anytime I'm available, let's do it.
But Jaicko, before you go, because we love your voice so much, you have to sing another song for us.
Oh man, you want me to sing another song?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's see. Let's do "Gentlemen Don't Survive."
Okay, and then we're gonna play the
Since that's the
record.
title track in the United States. Okay. Working after hours, never sleep when it gets dark. Gotta tap into my heart when them sharks come out. I'm playing with fire, you just trying to get a spark. How I do it, I give them something to talk about. I get my hands a little dirty, but when you see me, I'ma always be clean. I can switch it in a hurry, but you don't wanna see me turn green. No, this is the part where I take off the suit and tie. Pick up the pesos, get on my J.O., then I lose my disguise. When I'm in beast mode, gotta see me as an animal. Oh, 'cause regular people don't compare to a cannibal. You know the gentlemen don't survive. Yeah. They never make it out alive. Oh, oh, yeah. Campfire Radio.
Definitely. Shout out to Jaicko. Thank you so much for being here on the show, Jaicko. We're going to play that song from his new mixtape, Gentlemen Don't Survive. We're going to be posting that on our Facebook and everything like that. Make sure you guys download it. Follow Jaicko on Twitter. Tell him your Twitter, Jaicko.
Hey, man, twitter.com/Jaicko. Just Google me, man.
Yes. Jaicko, have a wonderful time. Go have some fun in the sun. Damn it.
You too, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. Make sure you come back. Here is Jaicko's, the title track from his mixtape, Gentlemen Don't Survive. We'll be right back, y'all. TKIF.